Okay, hey everybody. David and Dawn and I just were chatting, and I realized, oh my gosh, I didn't hit record yet because there's so much great information that David is sharing with us. David, Dawn, and I are doing some Facebook training with Jesse Regan and Social Team Builder. And David's ahead of us on this, and was kind of cranking through the training and is learning a lot. And David just was talking about something, and I just want to make sure that I recorded this so people can actually hear it. So, David, take the floor.
Okay, so I guess we were talking about a couple different things. So there's one part of the training that's about telling your story. And I kind of a big thing about it is just the approach you take to social media, and basically the training is about kind of switching over to a business page, to a like page, but you can apply these to your personal page too. Because a lot of people will, I've made the mistake too, like just posting stuff about product and promotions and different things like that, and it's really not that successful. So it's about telling your story, talking about what you have struggled with, that got you to the point of why you decided to join Beachbody and how it's changed your life. So it will appeal to people, that you have struggled with certain things, and this is how you got over them, and being vulnerable about just your history, your what you struggled with before, and what maybe you still struggle with just on a day-to-day basis. And so what I was kind of talking about is the approach is to treat it instead of being like you're looking to sell something. You just want to figure out who you're trying to talk to, who you're trying to help. So for me, it's like I'm trying to reach out to people that are like me, that have gone through similar things that I have, that have similar backgrounds. Like I'm a father, I have 2 kids, one kid in college. I've always liked sports. I like soccer. So different interests, and you figure out what your likes are and things like that. And so you when you post on social media, you act as if you're talking to one person. And what they say in it is it should be as if you were sitting down in a coffee shop and having a cup of coffee with somebody, and talk to them like that, like a normal conversation. And then you may, so like Beachbody can come up as far as how it's helped you to overcome struggles or achieve goals, or why it's important to you and why you want to share it. But it shouldn't be all the time. And like they have coaches that are successful coaches in this training who have taken this training and applied the principles, and their pages have just exploded because of they applied what they learned in this. And that's what I'm hoping will happen. I think we all are, so it's but it's a process, and so when you sign up, you get it for life. So it's that I want to move as quickly as I can, but not too quickly, so that I understand all the concepts. But that's kind of what I was saying. And in each module, you kind of continue to move on. There's about doing ads, which you can only do for a like page. But just like, if you're just doing, using your personal page right now, just share, what you went through before. Like if, you joined me first because you want to lose weight or whatever, but whatever struggles you have gone through that Beachbody has helped you solve. And, just be honest and vulnerable about, how you've overcome certain things, and share you instead of Beachbody. That's the point, really. It's about you, because you have to stand out, where with all these other coaches who are on Facebook, which is where almost everybody is, when you have to stand out as you're unique and you have a story to share, and people want to hear it, and people will, there are people that you will attract that are like you, or, that are your customer that you want to attract. So that's kind of what it's about.
No, that's awesome. Thanks, David. And of course, we're not vomiting our story, the entire story all the time. I'm assuming we just breadcrumb it. We give it in little bits and pieces, talk about various aspects of our story and how we've overcome it and how Beachbody might have helped us with that. But it's not like I'm going to, talk about something that's going to take 10 minutes to read. I've done that, but I probably shouldn't have. But yeah, no, it's great information. And I know we talk about it a lot, but I really do find that it's great training that I am still working on capitalizing on. But he's going to open up the training again in January. What I heard a long time ago, I don't know if he'll stick with it, but that's what he did in the past, like every quarter or so. But did you hear that, David?
When I joined, no, I haven't heard that. But when I joined, I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive than it was. Just because of when they did those, because they did like these 3 free hangouts about before they opened it up, and it just sounded like there was so much material in there, and that there was so much, and that before and after of these coaches that had done it had gotten just like stratospheric success from it. So it's so worth it, because not only everything's recorded. There's a Facebook group, and then in the training you can get into it. I haven't seen, I've gotten a lot of likes on my page as far as I'm anxious to get to the point where I'm start to target to the people that I really want to attract, and that and see because they say, like, when you get through this, you'll have people coming to you instead of having to chase people. So that's what I'm excited for.
And they offer such simple little tips, like don't use apostrophe. I put way too many, not apostrophe, exclamation points. I tend to put text over your pictures and keep it simple. And I'm copying what they did, but I was already doing it. My black and white photos in the morning with a little bit of text, and they offer some very good suggestions on what to do and how to do it, and how to improve what you do. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of them, they don't really even speak about Beachbody at all. It's very minimally. You almost have to guess what they're doing and engaging, and in all your posts there should be a question or something like that, which I'm still having a hard time with. But really trying to engage people. So it's good information, and I'm only in the first week of extras, but I'm kind of having some analysis by I'm overthinking things right now. I just kind of need to jump off and do it.
And something a point I just want to add, and when it comes to personal development and when it comes to training, obviously, with the three of us, you're preaching to the choir, or I'm preaching to the choir, but there comes to a point where if you want your business to grow, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your business, and that does require money. So, and when you invest in yourself, you have to be willing to be taught and to be coached. There's a lot of great techniques they're showing, as Dawn is talking about the pictures and exclamation points and all that. But I think what I'm getting out of this, because I haven't gotten to the techniques yet, is really about the gut-wrenching, oh my God, personal development kind of stuff. Like, what is my story? What am I willing to share and be vulnerable about and get myself out there, which is scary. And that requires a lot of personal development and being willing to do that. So, but it's when you do that is when you really get the results, and people really do start to relate to you. So the training, as David mentioned, in terms of cost, guys, there is so much more expensive training out there, a lot more expensive training out there. And yeah, David and I smirk, but you know, this the amount that this one is really is a drop in the bucket. It really is for what you're getting, and it's lifetime, and it's you know, they really do put a lot of value into it. So, and Facebook is the king of social media. I mean, there's nothing we can't argue against that. So Instagram is great and Snapchat is fun, but really Facebook is it.
There's like elite coaches, because I'm looking at some of the people and I'm seeing the paintings behind them that we saw on the wall to go into core. Yeah. So we're talking top Beachbody coaches are giving some of this training, which I know doesn't mean anything to people who didn't go to Summit, but we're dealing with top coaches.
Well, not even people giving the training, but people who are just taking the training as well. I mean, Deb Baska is like ranked 100 right now in the network. And she's still working on her ads, which, like, wow. So, yeah, I saw a ranking of all the Central Region coaches, and she's like in the low 100s right now. So, you know, it's impressive to be in this group and to realize that everyone's still learning. We're all still learning and trying to be better. So. Anyway, thank you, David, for that impromptu share, and Dawn for sharing your tips, because, you know, I really, really think it's important for us to learn how to share ourselves on social media, because really that's how we can make more impact. We can do the one-on-one belly-to-belly. But if you want your business to grow, and I read all your goals and your vision statements, you know, this is really how you impact more people. So with
they say, too, that we say on Facebook that we aren't going to sell on our personal pages. And that's one thing that they really push in this group, that we're not supposed to sell on our personal pages. So you got to really be careful so you don't go to Facebook.
Right.
Sorry, you're going someplace else.
Yeah, I'm actually moving everything over to the white page. So, I mean, I'm sharing everything there. That's what they recommend. Just because, I mean, you know, before this, I was just kind of doing more just like business type stuff, you know, just video, you know, the fitness videos and sharing stuff about food and stuff like that. But, you know, people need to see you as you and in every aspect of it. So, there's just so much more potential with this than on your personal page. Mm-hmm. You know, and I mean, a lot of people have a hard, I mean, people have talked about having a hard time, you know, moving over, because they're used to just, you know, talking to people on their personal page, and it's so comfortable, you know. So it's an adjustment, because, you know, it's going to be slow at first.
Yeah, and it's just about somehow trusting the process, and it's working for these people, so you just kind of have to, I don't know. But I'm working on it, and occasionally I'll still share to the personal page, but I'm working on moving to my business. But I need to do more training still, but yeah, I'm working on it. I want to just talk a few bits about some business, but then I also want to just talk about affirmations as well, just because I want to make sure we kind of just very quickly touch upon certain things. Dawn is just rocking it with the September group and all your darn burpees. I would use a stronger word, but I won't. Notice how it stopped at 11.
Can you believe I forgot what I was doing? I started tuck jumping today. Like, what the freak?
Well, when you're doing one-arm burpees, I'm like, hello, girl. So you got that one.
We do those. You do those in Insanity Max.
Huh?
I said they're frequent in Insanity Max 30. One-arm burpees. He likes them.
Okay.
3 rounds of them.
Also coming up, I'm just kind of going off a list right now, but coming up in October, it sounds like Brenda was her idea, and I'm kind of jumping on her bandwagon, but creating a yoga group on the app, using actually Jolene's idea, and just doing it for our teams, with the idea of,
you guys like that.
I love it. I love yoga. I love it. And then it's funny because the moves are so basic, but because they're so slow and basic, you have to be precise and you have to be strong. I am just glossing right over that.
I got so bad listening to that music. It just pissed me off. I wanted to kill Venus because I know he's not that way. I watched him on Survivor.
He was on Survivor? Oh, that's funny. Okay.
On Survivor.
I didn't know.
Yes, he was on Survivor. He's not like that.
Okay.
I wasn't acting on that.
So anyway, so Brand and I will be running that one, and I guess Dawn will not be joining in. But the idea is maybe like having it as a contest, because people seem to really like the accountability and just done. And we're probably just going to steal a lot of Jolene's ideas because it seemed to work. But basically, it'll be in October groups. That's just something to invite to. So she wants to do it on the app. What she is proposing, and we could always change it, and Brenda and I could talk about it, is that we have, if people log in 5 Shakeologies and do the entire 21-day yoga retreat, so all 21 days, they will get a Shakeology boost or I guess a tub of Energize. And that if your coach would be, I don't know if it's a tub or what, but we could figure that out. But I mean, the Energize, well, the boosts are $30. But if someone's going to be drinking Shakeology,
so an entire boost,
and do the entire,
for it. Okay, you're right.
The entire 21-day retreat, that person I think deserves, and actually does everything they're supposed to do.
I might just do it to see if I can get it.
So,
would that be with 21 days in a month?
Yeah, so it would be, I'm looking at the month, and basically October 3rd, we'd probably open up the group because there's a challenge group guide that Brenda found, and there's one whole prep week and then 3 weeks of posts. So October 3rd would be the prep week. October 10th is when the group would run all the way until October 30th.
So not giving them a rest day.
No, I mean, there's like the last day 7 of each week is, it said take 10. I haven't done it yet because I still haven't reached day 7, but take 10 in the morning, take 10 in the evening, and take 10 abs. So when you're literally just doing 10 minutes, and honestly, this is the kind of thing where I don't think you need a rest because a lot of this is active recovery. So anyway, yeah. So that's that group coming up. So that's something you can be inviting to as well. Also that still need to put together, David, I need your help, the happy hour. So that's supposed to be September 21st is when we're supposed to have it. So we have to decide, maybe we can like just talk amongst ourselves when to have, the 21st, which is a Thursday next week. We'd have to create a Facebook event and get people on it. Now that's because it's a happy hour and it's just a 1 hour thing. We should decide the time. Theoretically, we don't need like 2.5 weeks to be inviting to it. But, and Jolene also has her Team High Ground one on the 20th. Wait, am I getting the dates right? It's Thursday. Is it the 22nd? I'm sorry. Do I get my dates wrong? I'm sorry. No, I meant that Thursday because I can't do it on the Wednesday. So,
22nd.
Sorry. That's my fault. Okay. So, yeah, the 22nd for the happy hour. The 21st is Team High Grounds. So, we would do that. So getting a group together, a Facebook event to invite to, but as well, I lost you guys, but as well as getting all the videos. So people who are listening to this, I would love 1 to 2 minute videos of your story, okay? Your coaching story, what your life was like before Beachbody, how you came upon Beachbody, and what your life is like now after Beachbody as a coach, as well as, the fitness programs would help too. There might be a couple other stories I might individually ask people to share to make our happy hour interesting. But I think that we should probably just follow the team high ground approach that they did in the past. We could always tweak it. David, I shared that document with you that Mel Prickett was doing. I thought that's a really fun way to do it, but right now I don't know if I could wrap my head around it. So we could just do a team high ground approach and just get it out there and see how that works. Also, what I said I could do, though I need to work on it now, is food first. So we were going to start food first on September 26th. And right now, Brenda and Emily got a great 5-day group going. I know you guys have people in it, but this might be a nice segue for them from the free 5-day group into food first, because the order deadline for us to start on Monday the 26th, they have to order by Sunday the 18th. Okay, so it gives them that week to get their product in. Granted, they need the 21-day fix containers, and they need the fixate cookbook. If they already have both, no big deal. Or if they have one or the other, they still need to get the other, right? So again, the idea is to help create volume. And this might be a nice transition for people from the free group or just brand new people as well. So I need to work on getting a Facebook event out. I can do that and share that with the team so we can start using that to invite to. And then maybe, David, if you could create an event for a happy hour, or do we even want to call it a happy hour? There's like people have used the backstage pass into coaching, or happy hour is fun. I mean, I don't know. I think of drinking all the time when I'm sorry, I'm just not a drinker. So, so I don't know. We could talk about that offline too. So those are things admin-wise I just kind of want to bring up. Anything?
Okay. Yeah, I can do an event. I was thinking of doing that,
Okay.
to invite to.
No.
Thank you. No, thank you. And then I'll put a post in the Facebook group requesting videos, because we need these videos. And I'm saying 1 or 2 minutes tops, because when they get too long, it's hard to watch in this Facebook event. So.
And they go so fast.
Yeah, we have a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there, so.
A lot. It's like it gave me a headache, but it's exciting, right? But yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's that. And then finally, just because I know it's late, I just wanted to talk about. I just wanted to share what I'm learning from my personal development, and because I made you guys. Thank you. I made you guys write down your goals and your vision. Okay. And is that a dirty look, John? But all
right, I'll tell you, Templeton brought down squirrel, and Kona wants to eat squirrel. So you're getting the look while Kona gets the look, because she wants to eat squirrel.
Okay.
Not her squirrel. But yeah, it's kind of for you too.
Well, again, thank you guys for sharing your goals and vision. And what I now want to help you bridge is how you get your results, which is your short-term or your goals, and then ultimately your vision. But we have to be doing things now to help us focus on the process. And I keep talking about that, but help us focus on the process, hence our 2-week accountability group, to help us get to our results. Because remember what I shared last time is we should be focusing on the process and not be emotionally attached to our results. If we are honoring our process and being committed to those actions, we will get those results down the road, right? And not to always be focused on that. And so what I'm challenging everybody, and I'm going to read from this book because I started to type it out. I'm like, that's ridiculous. But I'm going to just kind of do the highlights from this book that I'm reading. Again, it's The Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod, Network Marketing, Miracle Morning. But when we can figure out how to connect what we want with what we need to do to get there. So what are the actions required to get there and to be who we want to become? Right? Because all of our visions and all of our goals are the end point, right? But we have to figure out how we're still going to get there. And keeping in mind that Sorry, something keeps flying in my, I have a floater. Sorry. Um, but this business is hard. And if we let the no's and the any negativity, any obstacles, any, you know, bad call night at the hospital, whatever it is, if we let that get in our way, it's going to be a start-stop process all the time. And so we need to steel our mindset by making sure that we are doing what we need to do to get us strong, and it's doing it. And that's personal development, but I also do believe it's affirmations. So I shared with you in Miracle Morning the SAVERS method: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, read, and scribe. But I'm just going to talk about affirmations, okay? Again, the whole point is for us to create a great mindset so that we're going at this so we can achieve the goals and the vision that we want. This will help us build confidence, because when we keep repeating these things to ourselves, telling us who we want to be, who we want, what we want to accomplish, subconsciously we'll actually start to believe it. And our behaviors will actually start doing what we need to be doing to achieve that. So, yeah, this is interesting. They're saying that the old way of doing affirmations doesn't work, which is lying yourself doesn't work. Examples: I am a millionaire. I have 7% body fat. I have achieved all of my goals this year. It's funny because a lot of people have taught us to do it that way, right? Speaking where we want to be in the future. But this book is saying, this author is saying, that's just lying to ourselves, and our subconscious is going to reject it because it's not true. Also, it's saying passive language does not produce results, such as, I am a money magnet. Money flows to me effortlessly and in abundance. You know, just by sitting there and going, oh, you know, money's not going to come to us, right? To generate financial abundance or any result that we desire, we really have to do something. We just have to do something and take action. And it's those actions have to be in alignment with our results. And our affirmations that we need to create must articulate both. So both our goals as well as the actions to get us to our goals. So he talks about 4 steps. The first step is, what is the result that you are committed to and why? Now, I heard about all of the results that you guys are committed to. So the question is, why? Right? So start by writing out a specific, extraordinary result or outcome that's something that would challenge you, something that would significantly improve your life, and one that you are ready to commit to creating. Then reinforce your commitment by including your why. All right? So versus, I want to be a millionaire. Okay? How about, I'm 100% committed to becoming a millionaire, and citing those specific actions that will get me there. So a very specific example is, I'm committed to doubling my income in the next 12 months from X to Y so that I can provide financial security for my family. So you're committed to what specific action with the why, financial security for my family. Okay? Step 2, what are the necessary actions you're committed to taking and when? All right? So again, to guarantee that I double my income, I'm committed to doubling my daily prospecting calls, this is the book, from 20 to 40 calls 5 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., no matter what. I don't do prospecting calls. I do invitations. All right? But to guarantee I double my income, I'm committed to doubling my number of shares, invites, and follow-ups X number of days a week, no matter what. Right? So I know a lot of us have income goals or desires to become financially independent. What are those actions? And being honest with yourself, what actions have you taken in the past? Do you need to up your numbers? Okay? The more specific your actions are, the better, by including how often, the frequency, how many, the quantity, and the precise time frames when you'll start and your activities. That'll help you. When you take that statement and then you recite them every single morning, connect it with emotion, okay? So it's not like, I commit to doubling my income from X to X so that I can achieve financial security for my family. Really think about what that means. What does financial security mean for your family? Does that mean having that clutter-free yard that you're shooting for? Does that mean having less stress in the house so that people aren't yelling anymore? What is it, right? And you have to really emotionally connect with that every single day, because that is what's going to push you through the times when it's going to be hard and when your mental obstacles get in the way. I'll be honest with you, before I got in this call, Dawn, you asked me what's wrong with you. And it's because I got to know. I got to know. And I'm like, I was just like, because I put so much effort into building something. And then it wasn't the no, it was, oh, my sister-in-law bought it for me. Yay. I'm like, oh. But you didn't get Shakeology, and I looked at it, it was too expensive anyway, you know? But it was just like, ugh. But I know that I need to pull myself back and realize I'm not here to sell product. I'm really here to help her. And I really do feel like Shakeology is still going to help her. And getting my mind back into the right spot and realizing I need to help, not worry about getting that product or that sale. It's not about chasing the money, even though we all want financial independence and less stress in our lives. It's about helping people. And when we focus on that process, we will get that result. Okay? And then step 4 is just making sure you constantly update your affirmations. If you read something in personal development, that you change it. If a situation changes, you add it to your list. And, you know, again, these affirmations articulate which extraordinary results you're committed to creating, why they are critically important to you, and most importantly, which necessary actions you're committed to taking, and precisely when you're committed to taking them to ensure that you attain and sustain the extraordinary levels of success that you truly want and deserve for your life. So take your goals, take your vision, okay? And I want you to flesh it out even more, okay? Write it out. What are you committed to doing? Why are you committed to doing it? And what are the actions? And when you achieve that, what does that mean to you emotionally? And if you can pull that together, you know, and then repeat that to yourself so you can like program your mind and thinking about that all the time. I really do believe it works. I really do. A couple things, like I love he had a couple examples in this book. I'll just read a couple of them. Building my business isn't about me and what I want. It is about connecting with my prospect by finding out what's important to them and then matching my product or opportunity to meet their wants and needs. I leave every person I speak to better than I found them because I genuinely care about what is happening in their lives, and I'm not afraid to give them an honest compliment. Whether they are a yes or a no, they are glad they spoke to me. The secret to success in network marketing is to be committed to my daily process without being emotionally attached to my results. I can't always control my daily results, but as long as I follow through with the process, the law of averages will always play out and my results will take care of themselves. I focus on learning new things and improving my skills daily, and I commit to reading at least 1 or 2 new books every month. I dedicate each week to nurturing relationships with my customers and team members. I generate tons of repeat business as a result. I'm committed to empowering my team with the knowledge and skills that I'm also learning so they can self-sufficiently attain any level of success that they wish. It's about pouring into other people. I added in there that I'm committed to, what is my thing? I wrote down that I will do at least 30 minutes of Facebook training with social team builder every day so I can learn how to authentically share my story on social media with the aim of finding my tribe who want to work with me and only me. I go through my day with passion, purpose, and intention, working on those 1 or 2 small tasks every day to move me closer to my life's goals. I go to bed at 10 p.m. so I can wake up at 6 a.m. the next morning, rested, refreshed, and excited to start my day. Because I really do want to be excited to start my day.
Oh,
So,
good for you. You get to go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Good luck with that.
sorry, I know these calls are late. It is late. Sorry. And I don't go to bed at 10 o'clock. So, all right. I forget how punchy you get, Dawn. Anyway. Anyway, I'm reading this stuff, and I don't know if you find it boring or whatnot, but I do feel like there's something to be said about it. In Social Team Builder, this is going to relate to something that you are listening to, mirror neurons. Mark keeps talking about mirror neurons, right? Sharing your story so that other people can see themselves in that. These mirror neurons work for ourselves as well. When we can visualize ourselves doing these actions and achieving those results with an emotional connection, it's training ourselves, right? It's making us do the things that we don't necessarily want to do or come naturally to us, especially when we hit against roadblocks, especially when we're tired, especially when we have, crazy stress in the household. That's what's important. So that's why I just keep talking about it. And enough coaches have talked about it. I figure it's working for them. I would like it to work for us. So I feel like a lot of us run into roadblocks, and it's the same thing month in, month out. And so I just feel like if we maybe start learning different things and be willing to try different things, to reprogram what might be going on in our brains, my hope is it'll help things. Make sense?
Yeah, that's pretty much why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing the Attractor Factor again. It's one that I've already had. I've enjoyed it. I'm just rereading it. And it's funny because he talks about how people complain about the same things happening over and over again, money woes, family woes, but it's because we never change our ways. And you're always going to have these issues if you don't change. It's basically that definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But so I'm going to read that, and I'm also pulling out Jab, Jab, what is it, Right Hook? Because they're talking a lot about that in the training also to help with the content. So I'm going to try to do a little bit for me and a little bit for the business this month. Try to kind of get two going.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I'm focusing on network marketing and training.
Do what, David?
All right. So in Jab, 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 Right Hook, it's a good book. I mean, it's kind of like he has his style, which is entertaining, which is nice, because in that book he kind of goes into detail about just the trends and all the social media networks. Well, the ones that were available when he wrote it, because there have been new ones since, but it's relevant now too. So I mean, everything he's done, I listened to the audiobook of the Ask Gary Vee book, and it was just, I was laughing throughout the whole thing. I mean, just the way it's entertaining, but it's also educational, because you're learning kind of how not to do things. But he just interjects. I mean, it's totally different from the written form. And because he recorded it after he wrote it,
okay.
So it's current, and then he'll just like say stuff that just are really crazy. And
so he swears more. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he doesn't really. Not in the audiobook.
Okay.
He does a little bit, but yeah. I mean, just his humor and just the way he is about it. I mean, just the way his personality is. I like it. I
imagine it would be a great PD when you want a really good kick in the butt. Like okay, just wake myself out of my lull, and
Yeah, I mean, there's certain parts of it that are more applicable than others, because there's stuff that's where, like, he talks about influencers, like finding people that will influence the market and stuff like that, and that's not really something that we do. So, but I mean, it's informative and entertaining anyway. He talks about it, but he talks in there. He talks more about like his family and stuff, which he doesn't share at all on social media.
Cool.
Okay, Dawn's yawning way too much. Way too much. Okay.
I had class.
I know. I know
Sorry.
it's late. No. It's late. It's late. I always, I keep forgetting you East Coasters, but anyway.
4:45 is almost here.
Please remind Amy, Dawn, and Sean, Chris, if they're interested, David, about Mallory's doing a new coach call that Jolene wants to do once a month. It'll be on this one's going to be on Wednesday evening. I don't know if it's going to be on a Wednesday evening in general, but different people will be leading each call, and Mallory's talking about consistency and having following systems. And it might be worthwhile for us. I would be on it if I could, but it's not. It's actually tomorrow. I'm sorry. It's tomorrow.
Right.
Sorry, I'm getting all my dates wrong. Kevin's birthday is tomorrow, and it's right at dinner time. So, but she does plan to record it. But for Eastern Standard Time, it's easier for you guys because it's 8:30. Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah. So not as late as this call is. And Amy would like to. Amy just seems so eager to really kind of get her hands on stuff and to do things. So she might enjoy that call. So, and I also recommend it to Brenda and Emily as well, if they're listening to this. So, and anybody else. So, all right. Thanks, guys. We'll
Good night.
Later. Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Good night.
Night.
Bye.